child, because we all know I wanted to be a part of the itty bitty titty committee. Okay. Hey you guys, it's Serena Nicole. Welcome to or welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I will be filming my long-awaited breast reduction Q&A. Personally, I did want to wait until the 4-week mark to film this video because, like I said, I wanted to make sure I was healed properly before I give you guys my full experience. I wanted to give y'all the real tea, okay? So now you're gonna get it. If you guys are not subscribed to my channel already, what are you doing? Make sure you guys subscribe to my channel. I do upload on here every single Sunday. Be sure to give this video a big thumbs up and also leave me a comment down below, okay? I don't bite. And don't forget to follow me on all my other social media sites. I have Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, all of the things. I will leave them linked all down below so you guys can check me out. And without further ado, let's get into it. I do want to start this video off with a disclaimer first and foremost. Number one, I am not a doctor, I am not a nurse, and I am certainly not a surgeon. I'm just simply telling you guys my personal experience with my procedure. If you guys do have any further questions in regards to the procedure specifically, I would highly recommend consulting your surgeon. Every single case is going to be different, so I'm not here to give you medical advice or things like that. Go to your surgeon directly. Okay, I'm not a doctor, honey, I'm not. So we're basically gonna start where this all kind of started. Growing up, I've always had like a larger chest area. It was larger than like all my cousins, all my family, all my friends, people I went to school with. So like I've always kind of known that I had like a larger chest area. When I started to get older, kind of like end of middle school, beginning of high school, that's when they really started to fluff up. And I was never really like a big girl, but honestly my boobs were the biggest thing about me. So even in my early days of high school, I've always known that I wanted to get a breast reduction at some point in my life. So yeah, just a little backstory on that. I've had big boobs my entire life pretty much, so I'm no stranger to a larger chest. So this whole process of me getting the actual breast reduction procedure started in March of 2024. I went to my primary care doctor for a checkup and I basically let her know like, hey, my boobs are really large, they're really saggy. I'm only like 20, I was 25 at the time, I had just turned 25, and I didn't need all that. I don't need saggy to the floor boobs at 25 and they're so heavy. I'm having back pain, neck pain, divots in my shoulder from my bra. It wasn't it, okay? So I asked her at the appointment and I was like, hey, is there any way you'd be able to get me a referral to the plastic surgeon in order for me to get a breast reduction, you know? And she basically went on to ask me the same questions I just told you guys I was having issues with, like back pain, neck pain, headaches, divots in your shoulder from your bra, just heavy weight and chest feeling. And I obviously told her, yes, I was having those. So then she did go ahead and refer me to the surgeon for plastic surgery. Now, this doesn't off the bat mean I'm exactly getting the plastic surgery. She's just referring me to the surgeon for a consultation. But in my case, I personally did have to go through my primary care doctor to get that referral first before actually getting the consultation. So that's how that started. When I started out in March 2024, I believe I was an F cup, an F, yeah, which is very large. I know F cup is very large and in charge, honey. Yeah, that happened back in March. Basically I got the referral to get a consultation. So I think it was like a week later, the surgeon's office contacted me and let me know, hey, we are ready to have a consultation with you. Are you available to come in this date? So I set my consultation and that was that. So that was all in March. Next came June, which was my consultation month. I had my consultation in June of 2024. So I basically went into the plastic surgery office in June and I had my whole consultation with the surgeon and the nurse and everything like that. Now, I don't know if you guys know, but during this time, I had lost quite a lot of weight during this time, not only because I wanted to better my health, but also to get this surgery. So I did lose around over 50 pounds during this time because I did know that they wanted my BMI to be at a certain percentile before getting the surgery done, just to rule out any health complications and like help with recovery, things like that. But I also obviously wanted to get healthy and lose the weight for myself as well. So I did end up losing quite a lot of weight before actually even going into this procedure. Also to just see if my boobs would get smaller when I got smaller, but in fact they didn't. So I ended up needing the surgery anyway. But yeah, I had my consultation in June. They basically wanted to go over everything like the procedure, what the risks are, how the recovery would be, if I'm even eligible, if I would be a good candidate. And I ended up being a good candidate. The surgeon that I had went ahead and took a look at everything and made sure that I was the right fit for this procedure. procedure. Once he cleared that, he basically said, okay, we're going to be putting you on a wait list and we will give you a call when we have a spot open for this procedure to be done. Now keep in mind, during this time I was 25, so I was still on my mother's insurance plan. Luckily, my mother is blessed with a great job and she has amazing healthcare insurance. So I've obviously been on her healthcare plan since I was born, but you guys know they cut you off when you're 26. So obviously I turned 26 in January and then I had this consultation in June. So I was really hoping and praying, like, please get me on the list and call me in before my 26th birthday and my insurance expires, because I did not want to pay thousands and thousands of dollars out of pocket for this. So I really told them, like, hey, I know this may not be possible, it may, but please, if you can get me in and call me for surgery before my insurance expires, you know, on my birthday of January 2025, I would highly appreciate it, because who wants to pay thousands of dollars for something when they don't really have to necessarily? So they basically said they were gonna try their best to call me before my birthday. Obviously there's no guarantees, but they said they were gonna try their best, and if there's any cancellations or anything like that, then they will give me a call. So I was hoping and praying to God that they were gonna give me a call before my birthday at least, or at least schedule the surgery before my birthday, you know? Fast forward to December 2024. So I got a call for my surgery date, yay. I got a call in December. I believe it was like a couple weeks into December, I think. And they called me, they let me know. They basically said, hey, we have a date for this date in January, which was, amen, before my birthday. They said that they had an open date for me, asked me if I was available. I of course said yes. From then on, they booked my pre-op appointment that I had to go to before surgery. They booked my actual surgery date, and they also booked my post-op appointment as well. After they booked all three of those things, I was like, okay, I'm in. I wasn't really worried about anything else. So I went ahead and literally ordered everything that I would need for my surgery. Mind you, I had been watching for months, probably even a year before the surgery, that I wanted to get all these videos of what you need, things that you need for recovery, all these different things to help you heal basically. So I went on Amazon, y'all, and I literally bought a whole bunch of shit. I have an Amazon storefront, and I did put the list in my storefront of all the breast reduction recovery essentials in there. Obviously approve certain items from your doctor. I personally got approvals from my doctor to use those certain items. So obviously do that before, you know, you buy things, but that is the list I have. I will leave it linked down below in my Amazon storefront. I will also do a separate video on that if you guys want me to go more in depth on literally every single thing I used for recovery. I would love to do that, because I know I was watching quite a few videos on what to get before my breast reduction procedure. So if you guys want to see that, let me know. But yeah, I went ahead and bought everything, and then I had my pre-op appointment. I think it was like a couple weeks after they had called me to schedule the surgery date. At the pre-op appointment in mid-December, we went over sizing with my surgeon of like how small I want my breasts to be. Obviously there's no guarantees. He let me know just because you can't really guarantee an exact size when you're doing the procedure, just because you're going to be swollen and things are going to have to heal over time, 6 months to a year even. So they could never really guarantee an exact size, but I kind of told him ballpark I wanted to be like a B, larger B, smaller C cup. Because y'all, the goal of this was not to have like high perky big boobs. In the end, it was literally just to get my boobs reducted, because they were so large that I just wanted them to be smaller. I wanted to be able to carry around my chest as a normal human being and not have a heavy weight on my chest, and to obviously also wear tops in, to work out better in, to sleep better. So many different factors come with that. So honestly, I wasn't looking to get like a high profile chest or anything like that. This wasn't that kind of scenario. This was literally just to get my breasts reducted. So there's that. Also at the pre-op appointment, we went over the procedure that my surgeon will be doing. So I did get a breast reduction, obviously, but I also got a lift, because the lift comes with the breast reduction, if you guys didn't know. Then I also got side lipo, which if you guys know, if you have larger breasts, sometimes you can have like some side fat on the side that's kind of like a side roll that kind of connects to your breast. So he went ahead and chop that off, honey. Obviously didn't go too overboard, because that would be considered cosmetic surgery and wouldn't be covered under insurance. But he let me know he could take off what he could. So make sure you guys ask for side lipo if you have those stubborn side rolls and you want to get rid of them. Just because if they don't get rid of them and then you just have these small chests and then you have big bulgy like rolls of fat, it's kind of gonna not be proportionate, and it may feel weird when you lift your arms up and down. So make sure you ask about side lipo. I surely got it and I don't regret it. Okay, it was the best. Also at this appointment, I was able to go over any questions I had for my surgeon. I was also given like my pre-op care stuff. I had to drink this surgery drink prior to my surgery day, like the night before. So I was given that. I also had to get blood work done. I had to get an EKG. I was given aftercare instructions for recovery, just a whole bunch of things to basically prep me for surgery day. The pre-op appointment was very helpful. I'm glad that I was able to just ask all these questions and, you know, kind of get my mind at ease before the surgery. Then come January of 2025, my surgery was scheduled in January. It was for the first week of January, which new year, new growth. The prep for surgery was pretty simple. They were giving me instructions like, oh, make sure you stop eating at a certain time. Make sure you drink the special surgery drink we gave you a couple hours before your arrival. Make sure you wipe your body down with these, like, I think they were antibacterial surgery cleansing wipes, things like that. Obviously, every surgeon is going to have different instructions for every single patient, so that's just what I had to do. And my call time to be at the surgery office was 6:30 a.m. So pretty bright and early, but I did like it that way. That way I was just in there and then I was out. It wasn't a late surgery, so I was able to get in there in the morning and then have the rest of the day to just relax and recover. Obviously, the surgery didn't start for a couple of hours. It doesn't start right at 6:30. You still have to check in. You have to get your IVs put in. They have to do a whole bunch of prep work. I had to sign paperwork. It was a lot. Okay, so don't think you're going to get your surgery at the time you have to be there. It's going to be a couple hours. So the surgery happened. I was discharged. I went home. Personally, I felt kind of like drowsy, I feel like, because I had come straight out of anesthesia, so I was pretty drowsy. I was kind of like ready to just lay down and finally eat something. I was extremely hungry. I know a lot of people say that they're like more woozy after and they can't really eat or they feel like they're going to like vomit, but personally, me, baby, I was eating. Okay, my mama got me some Olive Garden. It was lovely. As for my actual procedure, I did have dissolvable stitches. I know a lot of people are going to ask that. I'm really glad I didn't have the ones where you have to go back in and they have to pull them out. I did not want that. But another thing I did have was drains. A lot of people do say that the drains are annoying, which they kind of are, but honestly, they weren't as bad as I thought they were going to be. I thought they were going to be super like just too much, but honestly, it wasn't that bad. I didn't drain too much fluid and I had my man there to help me throughout the whole thing, so it wasn't really that big of a deal. And I was sleeping on my back and the drains were both on my side. I had one on this side, one on this side, so when I slept, they kind of just stayed on their, you know, sides. And also my nipple did remain on throughout the entire procedure. I didn't have to do a nipple graft or anything like that, thank God. So yeah, I still personally do have sensation in both of my nipples. I'm very thankful, okay? And I also do have anchor scars. That's basically where your scar literally looks like an anchor around your nipple and then down straight, and then underneath kind of like a little smiley face. But yeah, I have anchor scars. They're not too bad, you guys. You'll be fine. Now, as for recovery, I would definitely recommend that you have someone that's a trusted loved one, a trusted family member, a trusted friend, a partner that can take care of you for at least 1 week. Because trust me, you guys, you're gonna need it. I know you think, oh, you're strong and you're able to do shit after. No, baby, you're gonna need some help, especially when you shower. You're gonna need help when you're eating and making you meals. You can't like lift up your hands a lot or reach high things, or even if something drops on the ground, it's kind of really heavy when you bend down because your chest just feels kind of like uncomfortable for a little while. So you're gonna want to have someone that's able to help you. I highly would recommend that, and I highly recommend that you take off of your job for at least 2 weeks if you're able to. I know not everyone has the privilege of doing that. I'm blessed enough to be able to do that since I do content creation, obviously, but you know, for those who can do it, I highly recommend it. Now, as for afterwards, when I first got out of surgery for my recovery, I was kind of feeling, like I said, a little bit drowsy. Mostly for a few weeks, I was feeling kind of lightheaded, to be honest, which I know it was probably because of the anesthesia during the procedure, but I was feeling very lightheaded, which I was kind of concerned about, but it kind of went away gradually as the weeks went on. And when I did get out of surgery, I wasn't really feeling pain. It was more so like a tight soreness, and it was like heavy. Like it almost felt like there were implants on my chest. So I wouldn't say I was in too much pain. I personally took my painkillers as directed by my surgeon. I really didn't have much pain throughout my recovery. It was mostly just soreness and like uncomfortability. So I wouldn't say the pain was too bad. Honestly, the worst the pain got was probably like a 5, to be honest. Like it wasn't bad at all, especially if you were doing what you're supposed to be doing, not raising your arms high, not working out, not lifting things, and you were just resting. You shouldn't have much pain, especially if you're taking your painkillers. But that lipo pain, baby, that's something else. The lipo pain was a little bit painful if I would move a certain way, just because lipo pain is going to be more painful than the breast reduction pain, in my opinion. But it was just a lot of soreness. Even now, if I'm like, what, 4 weeks plus post-op, and if I move too much and like move a certain way, I can still feel the soreness just a little bit. Obviously not as bad as when I first got it done, but baby, just, yeah. yeah. But yeah, not really much pain. I was more so just sore and uncomfortable for the first few weeks, but nothing too serious, y'all. It wasn't bad at all in my opinion. As for my size right now, I'm instructed not to wear an underwire bra for at least I think 6 or 8 weeks. Like I said, I'm only on about week 4, so I've only really been wearing like my sports bra and surgical bras, things like that. So I haven't gotten fitted for an actual bra yet. I plan on doing that in, you know, probably a few weeks when I'm able to wear an underwire bra. But for now, I'm just really wearing my sports bra, so I don't actually know my exact size yet. But by looking at them, it's giving like small C. I do have some questions that I want to answer that I got from Instagram. Anything that I've already talked about in this video, I won't be putting the question up, but if it's something that I didn't mention yet, I will be answering it. Okay, the first question I got is, did you lose any weight from the surgery because of the reduction of your boobs? Honestly, a little bit. It wasn't drastic, but my surgeon did let me know that they took 1 pound out of each boob, so 2 pounds in total. So I guess you can say I technically lost 2 pounds, but honestly, it kind of was just weighed out evenly just because the swelling from the procedure makes you kind of gain weight a little bit too. I was very bloated in my stomach. That's something they also don't tell you that will probably happen to you. I was bloated in my stomach. I was bloated in my face. I just felt swollen and bloated kind of everywhere, even though the procedure was only done to my chest area. So yeah, I technically did lose 2 pounds, but it kind of just evened out from the swelling. But I'm back to normal now. Okay, we're looking nice and tight. Someone asked, do they add silicone to lift the breast? No, that would be considered a breast augmentation, so like a boob job. You could get a breast reduction and a lift and then add silicone if you wanted to, but obviously that would be an out-of-pocket charge that would not be covered by insurance, just because they would be adding a foreign object into your breast, so that would be considered cosmetic. So no, I didn't get anything added to my breast. It's all my natural breast tissue. They just went ahead and reducted it and then lifted it, and then also did the side lipo, but I don't have anything in my breast but my natural breast tissue. I know some people did say that they did look into getting the the internal bra. They basically put like a mesh that's connected kind of to your rib cage. I know it sounds scary, but it's supposed to like develop into collagen over the years and over your lifetime. That way your breast kind of stays lifted. I don't know, I looked into it, but I don't know, I wasn't really a fan of it, and my surgeon didn't really recommend it, so I just opted out of that. I'm not sure if that would be an additional cost, but personally for me, I wanted to keep my surgery at $0, baby. So yeah. Someone asked, will there be a permanent scar on your breast? So when it comes to the breast reduction, like I said, I did have an anchor scar, so like around the nipple, down the breast, and then underneath. Now obviously you will have scars, that's with any procedure, but it's how you take care of them is how they will look over the years. Personally, like I said, I bought a whole bunch of items to help with my recovery and to help with the appearance of my scars over time. But personally, my scars are looking pretty good. I put on my scar cream every single night. I do not miss a night when it comes to that cream. I make sure to put it on every night and be consistent with it because I do want the appearance of my scars to look good. You know, it's my chest after all. Obviously, you're gonna have scars, but make sure you take care of them. You know, ask your surgeon, your doctor, what kind of products you should be using on your breast in order to reduce the appearance of scars. Everyone's scar is different, so that's kind of up to your surgeon to see what they would recommend for you. But definitely look into that, especially if you want to reduce the appearance of your scars. What would you say is the most painful part of the experience and the cost? Honestly, like I said, the most painful part was probably the liposuction, just because it didn't really feel painful, I would say, but it did hurt only when you moved too much a certain way, or if you lifted up incorrectly. You just really have to rest and rest and rest during this time. It would feel really, really sore at times, and it would kind of hurt to move a certain way or put on my bra a certain way. That's why they really recommend those clip in the front bra, so you're not reaching up too high to lift your arms. But yeah, that lipo pain, that's something else. Shout out to the girlies who get the BBLs, because that's a fierce recovery, baby. I heard about that. And then, like I said, the cost was $0. I got it covered under my mother's insurance before I turned 26, so thank the Lord. But yeah, y'all, all the other questions that I got were already answered previously in the beginning of this video. I also obviously wanted to show you guys kind of like a before and after picture. I really can't show you obviously like my actual boobs, because that would be kind of weird and I would get demonetized, so no. But I wanted to show you, this is a kind of like a before of what they look like, just in a simple top. This is kind of what they give. And then this picture right here is them with a shirt on but without a bra, so you can really see the kind of difference between both sides. Right now, like I said, I'm a little bit over 4 weeks post-op, so I've been cleared to go back to my regular workout regimen, to lift things above my head. I can easily lift my hands above my head. I can pick things up off the ground. I'm pretty mobile now. I'm fully back to work and content creation, so I pretty much can do anything I was doing before the surgery, except, you know, wear actual underwire bras. I haven't done that yet, and I don't plan on doing that for a little bit longer, so I'm pretty much mobile though. I'm pretty much doing the damn thing. I had such an amazing experience with this whole entire, you know, procedure. I had a great doctor, great nurse, great surgeon. He did literally amazing. And I love my result. Obviously, I'm not going to be fully healed until about like 6 months to a year, I think it takes, because your breasts still have to shape and form into their actual size. They still have to drop a little bit, not become as hard. So give it some time, you know, with your results. Don't look at your boobs and be like, oh my gosh, they're like Frankenstein boobs. Like, I hate them. Like, no, girl, let your girlies, you know, get into form and actually heal. Give them some time. Personally, I love my results. I think they just look so cute. This is them literally with no bra. Are we serious? And I'm just overall so happy that I made this decision and took this leap of faith and actually did this. I could not be more happy and elated. If you guys are considering getting a breast reduction, I would highly recommend looking into it, especially if this is something that you've been dealing with larger breasts, back pain, neck pain for years. Then I would definitely say look into it because you will not regret it. You won't. But that's basically my whole experience, you guys. I honestly wouldn't trade it for the world. I'm so immensely grateful that I was able to get this procedure and that it was covered fully by insurance. Like, that's a blessing in itself. This is one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life, and I'm just so grateful and blessed that I was able to do it and that I was able to come out of surgery healthy and alive, baby. I know it's scary. Okay, you're going under the knife. A lot of people can be nervous. Shit, I was nervous. But honey, God, one thing about him, he's always got me, okay? If you guys do have any other additional questions that you guys want to ask me in regards to my experience, feel free to leave them down below. And also, if you guys want a separate video on literally every single item that I purchased for my recovery, for my healing, all of that, then let me know too. I would love to make that. And also, if you guys want to purchase anything now before I go in depth with another video, I have my Amazon storefront linked down below, which has my idea list of literally everything that I use for my recovery. Trust me, you guys, you will need it. Okay, take a look at it. It's fire. Okay, you're gonna love everything in it. Also, thank you to everyone who's been checking on me, who's been making sure I'm good. I love you guys. I love the support, and I'm just so grateful to you guys for sticking with me through this. Okay, I really hope this video was helpful to you. I hope you got some insight and learned a little bit more about the procedure and my experience overall. If you are not subscribed to my channel already, what are you doing? Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Again, I do upload on here every single Sunday. Also, give this video a big thumbs up and leave a comment down below. Okay, I do not bite. And also follow me on all of my other social media sites. I have Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, all of the things. And I will leave them linked all down below. And as always, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.